responsive is this 2 litre. It's just on song. The steering is just direct. Hang on, baby, hang on, yeah. I mean, people even taking photographs as I go cruising through the countryside. Amazing. Yeah, this is the sort of car you start driving and you completely lose track of time, which is what I've just done. I've left Lindsay on the side of the road. Oh, yes.
I have been loving driving the Alfa Giulia over the past few days, and I drove it on the way out to the shoot this morning, and I gave the keys to Mario so he could have a little burn, and he's left me standing here on the side of the road on my own for 20 minutes. 20 minutes!
I am so sorry. Seriously.
20 minutes! 20 minutes on my own.
And you haven't been picked up yet. If you were Giulia, someone would have picked you up.
Enough.
It's that Christmas present. You know when you get that Christmas present under the tree, and then you have a little sneak peek because mom and dad aren't there, and then it's so lucky, it's so exciting, you open it.
I will forgive you because I understand.
Because you've had it for how long? I just had a sneak. What a car!
What a car!
I don't even know where to start. I suppose because it's Italian, it should always be styling. Let's go. Please, ladies.
Don't suck up.
I'm trying my best to be in your good books now. Luckily, we've got Giulia here.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I actually do. I actually do. It's like a mishmash of lots of different cars from lots of different angles. I like it. It's really hot, but like in an understated kind of way.
But I think it's almost like you alluding to it. I see a bit of BMW. I see some Infiniti. I see some Lexus IS. It's almost like they've taken the best of all their competitors and then just said, listen, let's let the Italian stylists just put it all together beautifully because the proportions are great.
They are. The one thing on the outside that actually carries through to the interior is the almost plainness. Like, yes, it looks nice, but there aren't a lot of creases and design lines and things like that, and that goes through to the interior as well. It's plain and simple and easy and classy.
Very upmarket. I mean, we're in the mid-spec, the Super, which is cloth and leather interior, but I think even with cloth, that simple layout is very upmarket. It's going to age well.
Yeah.
But I think, again, people are going to say, geez, these guys have been cutting and pasting, because it's definitely got a BMW gear selector, and it's got a rotary dial, which looks a lot like something from an Audi.
Hey, if the shoe fits. People love it in other cars, so why not use it here? I think it's lovely.
Yeah, it works. You know what I do? I love their infotainment system, the way it's integrated into the dash.
Yeah.
So many others have that pop-up, which kind of looks like an aftermarket, afterthought thing.
It's also really, really easy to use. Very user-friendly.
It connected to my phone quickly. I just found it a little bit slow when I was connected via USB, selecting music. Like you'd select and then nothing would happen. But I like the fact USB in the front, in the center, and in the rear. So they've really thought about connectivity, which is great.
And boot.
Boot. It has one.
Big, eh?
It has one, which is
nice. It's a
nice.
really nice big boot.
Can I ask you one thing? From an interior perspective, it seems like with Giulia, they've got rid of all those things that were quirky about Italians. Like your driving position was always slightly off.
Yeah.
This, for me, again, seems like they've just gone, let's just make this car proper without any little things that people can complain about. Driving position for you?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
absolutely perfect.
It really is. It feels like you are centerpiece.
Yeah.
Like you, that vase on that beautiful display mantelpiece, or you on the center stage, because I feel like everything is geared around me as the driver.
There was only one thing that bothered me. The park distance was very nanny-ish, and the car is quite nanny-ish and beeps and moans a lot.
Luckily,
which I suppose a lot of those things you can turn off, but...
Well, that's a good thing. It's like one button, there it is, and you push and it's off.
So don't make out that I'm lazy. You're already in the bad books.
So how can I redeem myself? Can we talk about how nice the drive is?
Well, you know, first impressions, like the minute you see someone, you've already decided whether you like them or not. This car for me was
like when you met me, what a nice guy.
Yeah, quite the opposite, but anyway. This car, the minute I got into it, I hadn't even driven out of the garage at work, and I was like, wow, this car's awesome.
I think the joy for me is literally just what they've done from the drive perspective. I've just got to keep reminding myself there's so much hype around QV, and that's everyone's talking QV and M3 and C63. This is the base model.
650,000. You don't need to spend over $1 million to get the QV. This car is brilliant as is.
It's unbelievable. 2 litre turbo 147 kilowatts, 330 newton meters. Now, you're thinking, well, that's like Golf GTR from a few years back. It feels more powerful.
It does. It feels different.
I cannot believe how responsive it is.
Yeah, and the gearbox is lovely as well.
8-speed box, it's seamless.
Yeah, it is brilliant. A little bit clunky around town at low speeds, but that's something I only picked up after driving it for a little while, and that, you'd get used to it.
But that little dial, you put it into dynamic or normal, and it's significant, the difference. I've been driving it with those paddle shifters, and it's amazing how that gearbox changes. It's quite, you can slam it in.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, I actually for a moment thought, geez, it's a perfect performance car, and it's a 2-litre base model. It's like they've developed that performance from the base up.
Well, you know what? Alphas have always been known as drivers' cars, and they've
sure.
so got it right with this car, with the Giulia.
And I think as well, in this market, what Lexus did with IS, is that our consumers are so performance focused. It's what BMW's always done so well. Merck's copied and gone the more performance orientated look.
Yeah.
I think they've hit the ball out the park with this straight away. It looks good, it's a beautiful interior, and from a driving perspective, it's amazing.
There's not a massive sound quality to it though. Maybe that's why you would buy the QE.
But show me any 2-litre turbo 4-cylinder engine with a soundtrack. I mean,
Sure.
the other competitors all pipe their sound in, which is fake anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't find it that bad at all. It's about how you feel when you're driving this car and you're 100% engaged. There's just this lightness about the Giulia.
You expect it to be heavy. That's also down to the engine. I mean, it's all aluminium. The prop shaft is aluminium. I mean, that's why it feels so fabulous.
And responsive.
Yeah, for sure. There's no turbo lag on this car at all.
Well, it's clever. I mean, they said they've made like a 2-in-1 turbo type scenario where that 200-bar boost is available like immediately with direct
you feel
injection.
it. Yeah.
Incredible.
So what's it going to be?
100% Italian. It's just one of the nicest cars I've driven in a long time. Just perfect package.
I agree with you totally. The A4 I think has become a little bit boring. Mercs, I know too many people who've had problems. The Beamer, yeah, but it's brand. People buy the Germans because they think about reliability and resale. You're sticking your neck out if you buy a Giulia, but it's a good decision.
You're right. But stick your neck out. I promise you that guillotine is blunt. This is an amazing car. Base model 555. The Super that we're in is 625, and then the Stilo 695. And there's a lot of spec that comes in with it, that price point. This is what the world needs, people. A good Alfa. And Monica Bellucci. Together, preferably.